James here from goodguitarist.com, and today I want to teach you a really simple concept that will instantly improve your ability to take solos and to improvise on guitar without actually learning any new scales or any notes or anything like that. It's a really simple idea. You basically play something, then you repeat it, and then you do something to contrast it. This is something that no matter what your level, whether you just noodle around with 3 notes or if you've learned a ton of scales, it'll improve your ability to actually say something on guitar. Because that's the position that I found myself in. When I was first learning guitar, I learned tons and tons of scales, but I didn't necessarily learn what to do with them. I would just play lots of notes, just ranting musically and hoping cool stuff would happen. But I wanted to be able to say something, to actually put some meaning behind those notes. And I noticed the same thing affects so many beginners, intermediate players, and even advanced players. So to fix that, I want to share this simple concept that is going to help hone your knowledge that you already have and help you use it to actually say something on guitar. We're going to start with a simple demonstration. I'm going to use the A minor pentatonic scale. If you need further help with that, I have a separate lesson for the pentatonic scale where we learn the scale and how to move it around the fretboard and put it into any key. You'll see that up in the corner or also in the description down below. I also have a link to my free lead guitar ebook that's 100% free for all my subscribers and goes over all the essentials of lead guitar. You'll find that in the corner as well. So don't forget to grab your copy if you haven't already. Anyways, we're going to be playing the A minor pentatonic scale starting at the 5th fret. And I want to start with something really basic. We're just going to use these 3 strings here, the A, D, and G string. And it's all index ring. It's a really comfortable little box that you can play. And I recommend starting there if you're not that familiar with the scale. That's a great way to get into it. And I'm going to start by demonstrating the problem that a lot of guitarists, including myself when I was getting started, will have with improvising on guitar. You see, that's kind of boring. I just keep playing notes. There's no focus, no point to what I'm doing. And to fix that, I'm going to do these 3 steps. Number 1, I'm going to play less stuff and be conscious of what I'm playing, listening to every little idea that comes out until I come across something that's like, oh, that sounded cool. And, it should just be a few notes, nothing too complicated. Then I'm going to take that little idea and I'm just going to play it again. I'm just going to repeat it. And then I'm going to start to repeat it again for a 3rd time, but I'll go in a different direction after the first 1 or 2 notes. And this creates a phrase where the listener, they get caught up in the repetition and then they expect to hear the same idea a 3rd time, but their expectation is subverted and that piques their interest. Let me show you what that sounds like. And this phrasing concept or technique that we're using, it can be found in a bunch of places. Even the blues uses it. Take these lyrics from Key Don't Fit by Buddy Guy. It starts with a statement, then it repeats pretty much the exact same statement, just a couple words are different. And then there's the reaction to that statement. It's kind of like setting up a joke with a couple obvious lines, and you think you know where it's going, and then they say something totally unexpected, and that's your punchline. Or in boxing, the most succinct way to put it is like jab, jab, right hook. They're expecting repetition, but then you subvert their expectations and you give them something else. And that's what makes this concept so powerful. And I have a backing track for you to try that on afterwards. It's just a matter of just going through it and just experimenting with it. I'll put a link to that in the corner. But before you do that, I want to show you a lick that you can try this with first before you go off and, try to use the concept with your own material or your own licks that you're coming up with. So our lick starts off on the D string at the 5th fret. I play 5, 7, and then I play the 5th fret of the G string. And I do that on, as far as the rhythm's concerned, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So 4 and 1. And I want you to get just those 3 notes. Just take a minute with it. And then we're going to repeat the same thing 2 times in a row. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and now here, for the 3rd repeat, instead of repeating the exact same thing, we're going to play so we start off with the same 2 notes, same rhythm, 4 and, but then we go back to the 5th fret of the D string and we descend through our A minor pentatonic scale, going 5, and then on the A string, 7, 5, then the 8th fret of the thickest string, and the 5th fret, just descending. And the rhythm that we'll use for the 3rd part of this phrase, we're going to go 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can see how it all lines up there. I want you to take some time with that and work your way through it. And then we can try this with our backing track. I'm going to play it here and you can just, I'll count it in and you can just play it along with me. But I encourage you to check out the backing track and do it yourself afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. So I want you to practice that lick. I have a backing track available in the corner, and there's also a worksheet on my Patreon page where I have that lick plus a few others tabbed out along with clear instructions to help you utilize this concept to the fullest. So please check that out, especially if you'd like to help support the channel. Anyways, before we go, I just want to demonstrate this concept in a more intermediate or advanced way. I'm not just going to stick to the A minor box that we're using, to that little spot here. I'm just going to play, and I'm just going to use this jab, jab, right hook technique, this strategy as much as possible. So that's it. I hope this concept will help improve your soloing like it has for me and many of my students. Don't forget to grab your free copy of my lead guitar ebook. It's completely free for all my subscribers. Also, there's that worksheet on my Patreon page with everything that we covered today and a few bonus licks. And you can also sign up for my lead guitar course. It's almost ready. And if you look below, there's a link where you can sign up for a special pre-sale offer if you're interested. Other than that, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.